Hello guys, this is Panda and today I want to show you my Enderdragon XP farm. And it's not just any Enderdragon XP farm, it's a fully automatic Enderdragon XP farm. Hello guys, I'm sorry for fooling you into believing the Enderdragon XP farm was a April Fool's. So to clear up all the confusion, the Enderdragon XP farm is real. It works in Vanilla Survival 1.7 as well as in the latest 1.8 snapshots. And today I want to show you how it works and also how to build it. So at first you can see we get moved back and forth on this minecart track here in the farm. And every time we get to this front block here, we hear a dying Ender Dragon. And that's because back there at the border of the loaded chunks, an Ender Dragon, or dying Ender Dragon is trapped. And every time we get moved there, it gets loaded and starts dying. And every time we get moved back to this side, it gets unloaded. And yeah, the glitch is that it doesn't save how far it got with dying when it gets unloaded. So the Ender Dragon needs 10 seconds for its death animation. And when you unload it within the death animation and load it again, it will not remember how far it got with dying and just start over again from the beginning and drops XP again. But let me show you these things in a little bit more detail. Alright, so here we are on an ant island, and if I kill the dragon now, we can see it dying, and it takes 10 seconds for it to die. In the last 2.5 seconds it will drop the XP, but before the 10 seconds are over, I teleported 300 blocks away to unload it. That's the same thing we do when we drive back and forth with the minecart, and then I can teleport back here to load it again, and you can see it dropped XP down there, and now it will drop XP again. And yeah, we can just continue this over and over again, and the dragon will keep dropping XP. So now you might notice a problem. The dragon is moving up every time it dies. So by now we are quite far away from the ground already, and yeah, eventually the dragon would be so high that the XP can't even reach the ground in time, and therefore despawn while falling, so we couldn't get the XP out of the farm. To prevent that from happening, we will use a little known fact that you actually can move the Ender Dragon around with pistons, and you also can trap it with pistons. But nicely, this is way easier for a dead dragon than for a live one, as a dead dragon doesn't remove the blocks around himself. So I prepared it up here. I got a, yeah, just a piston pushing downwards. Let's teleport away so it doesn't die. And you can see as soon as the dragon reaches the piston, it gets trapped in this location and doesn't fly up anymore. So that's what we will do in the farm to prevent it from flying up. Just having a little fast clock connected to a piston pushing down. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show before we start building. The rest I can explain into the tutorial, so let's get to that part. Before we start building, we should have a look at the whole design here. So yeah, we got the minecart which moves back the player, or back and forth the player here on this track. Then we got an ice water stream which transports the XP to the player, and way back there we got the Ender Dragon. Now the trick is, when the player gets moved to the side here, the area of loaded chunks around the player will also get moved to over there. So if you would look at it from on top, you would see an area of loaded chunks around the player. And yeah, when this thing starts, the minecart drives over, the area of loaded chunks shifts towards the Ender Dragon, and the Ender Dragon gets inside the loaded chunks and starts dying. And then before it finished dying, the minecart drives back again, and the Ender Dragon gets into a lazy chunk, and so it is still loaded but doesn't keep on dying. And when the minecart is far enough back, the Ender Dragon will get fully unloaded again and forget how far it got with dying. So yeah, these two chunks at the border, which are gray, are lazy chunks. So in there it is loaded and remembers how far it got dying, but it doesn't keep on going dying. So you need to get it in a fully loaded chunk to let it die, and then drive so far away that it's in a completely unloaded chunk again, so that it forgot how far it got dying. Yeah, but let's have a look at the rest here. Over here we got some redstone. That just makes sure that the minecart stays here long enough so that the Ender Dragon got his 10 seconds he needs to drop the XP. So yeah, it's not complicated redstone, just a detector rail here, which triggers the whole thing, then a lot of delay, a little pulse lengthener, and then it triggers the booster rail back there to send the minecart back. And also this cross connection here just locks this repeater so that the minecart on driving back out doesn't trigger this again, as that would cause the problem that it wouldn't wait long enough in the next round and would just confuse the whole system. So now I want to go back here where the dragon is. The problem is we can just go there as the dragon would then die. So I will just do the same thing I did earlier before. I teleport away every so often. And by doing that we can actually have a look at the design here. Without the dragon dying. Of course in survival you couldn't do that. In survival you wouldn't see this thing here ever. You would just set it up one time and then never get close to it again. But you can see it here. We just got a few pistons. Below the glowstone here. We got pistons as well. These pistons move down, so the dragon doesn't fly up too far, as I showed before. And the pistons on the side here are just to make it easier to build. They are not really needed at the moment. I could remove them and would keep on working. It's just when you build it up, it's hard to get the dragon in the right position so that he drops his XP right into this shaft, which leads to the ice water stream. So these pistons take care of that for me. Oh, that was close. And that's why they are there. And since you can walk around here after you build it up one time, I wasn't able to remove them. But that's pretty much how the whole thing works. Also, in the, let's call it April Fool's video, even though it wasn't April Fool's, I showed this thing here by just teleporting away and back into the system here. Of course, usually in normal survival you couldn't monitor the system back here, as the dragon would then die and create a portal. But I will try to make a resource count of the whole thing now, and then we should try to build it up in a new survival world. Alright, I started a new world and prepared all the resources in these 4 chests. So now I will switch to survival mode so that I'm faced with the same challenges you would be faced if you want to build this thing in survival mode. And we'll go over the resource count, and then I would say we just start building. So let's see, what do we got here? This is the blocks which we will need for the farm mainly. So that's 15 stacks of endstone or obsidian, just a block which dragons can destroy. You only got endstone and obsidian as a choice there. And then also 10 stacks of some half slab type or some spawn proof block pretty much. But half slabs are easy and cheap, so yeah, that's the main blocks we need. Then we need some more technical stuff, like the wood. We will craft that into boats later on, but you will see for what. So 4 stacks of some wood, 5 stacks of ice, 4 stacks of science, then also a minecart, a rail, a detector rail, a bunch of powered rails. 64 should be enough. Then a few torches, never hurt, to prevent some endermen from spawning. Then we need water for the water streams to transport the XP over to us. So 2 buckets of water are needed. A few levers, a stack should easily be enough, but levers are cheap, so who cares about that? 1 comparator we need, a bunch of redstone, a bunch of repeaters, a stack for both should be enough, and 8 pistons to hold the Enderdragon in place. So other than that, we also need an enchantment table and bookshelves. Since we will have the dragon trapped in the farm, we won't be able to leave the end. So we will have to set up an enchantment table and the bookshelves in the end, and then we can enchant there, and to get our items out of it, we just need 2 ender chests, and one of them I will use right now, and as a first action, place in the overworld. So we got an ender chest placed now. The second one we will place in the end, and whenever we want to get items out of the end, we just put it into the ender chest in the end and can put it out in the overworld again after we killed ourselves in the end to get to respawn in the overworld. So then also you need a good bow and a lot of arrows to fight the dragon, and some basic iron armor is always nice to have. You will lose the stuff you have while fighting the dragon, so that's why I tried to go with basic things here. I think that's easily enough to fight the dragon. We don't really fight him in a fair fight anyways, so we should be able to kill him with that stuff. And now the last thing is not really part of the farm, but rather for a step which you want to do before you build the farm. So the thing is, if you build up this farm, the dragon will still fly around in the end and attack you all the time. And we need to prevent that, because that would just be a pain to build the farm while the dragon is flying around. You would have to be careful all the time, be ready to throw a snowball at him to make him fly away again. So instead of doing that, we will get rid of the dragon beforehand. And for that we need 5 stacks of endstone or obsidian. In this case I actually would recommend you obsidian, as you can prepare that before you enter the end, so you can get this first step done quite fast. Also, 2 stacks of wood, and then the rest of your inventory I would fill up with snowballs, because you can use them to get rid of the dragon when he's mad at you. If you damage him, he will fly away again. Then also a few torches don't hurt to prevent endermen from spawning, and as always some basic iron armor so we can take a hit or two. And yeah, in survival mode you also need food so you don't starve while building, but I guess that's not part of the tutorial. And yeah, now I will jump into the end, and we will start getting rid of the dragon. So, but before I do that, to trap a dragon, so what we basically want to do before we start building is trap the dragon in unloaded chunks, so that he doesn't fly around while we are building the farm. So to trap a dragon we should know how a dragon thinks, and how he finds his targets. So when a dragon needs a target, he has 2 choices. Either he picks a random location around 0, in a defined area, or the second choice is a random player. And I think that's actually all possibilities how he picks a target, either a position around 0 or a player. Now more interesting is how he loses his targets. The dragon loses its target if it's more than 150 blocks away from its target. So if the player is more than 150 blocks away from the dragon, he will fly somewhere else. Or if the position is more than 150 blocks away from the dragon, he will also just lose his target and find another one. The second way how he could lose its target is if he reached the target. So if he is within 10 blocks of the target, that would be when the player takes damage, or when he just reached the position he chose. And the third way is the dragon loses its target if you damage him. That's what we will use to get rid of him while he is attacking us during the first part of the building. That's why we have the snowballs there. But yeah, I think that's it with how a dragon thinks. Now, maybe one thing I can already mention. Since the dragon loses its targets if he's more than 150 blocks away from it, if you are far enough from the end island and the dragon is far enough from the end island, he will always target the nearest player rather than the end island, because the positions he can pick on the end island are in this small area around 0, and if he's more than 150 blocks away from it, he will lose it right away again. So he will just keep trying to find a new target till he found one of the players. But let's jump into the end and try to get rid of the dragon. So now the first thing we notice, we are on the obsidian platform. And if I press F3 now, you can see this obsidian platform is exactly at 149.0. Let me switch to the snowballs just in case this guy feels like attacking us. So now we want to build the farm out in positive X direction. That's like 101, 102, so in this direction away from the island. That was a close one. You almost knocked me off. So you always need to be careful if you're at the beginning part where the dragon still freely flies around. Just always have snowballs ready and be ready to hit him with a snowball so he leaves you alone. We will build out the farm to this side. So to get rid of the dragon, we will bring him to one of the other sides. So either to... is he mad at me? Nah. Okay. Or maybe... Yeah, he is mad at me. So, and there he flies off again. So you can nicely see when I damage him, he always searches for a new target. So to trap the dragon in unloaded chunks, we want to either do that to this side or to this side. We could also do it to the side of the island. But yeah, I will just do it to this side here. So what we want to do is we want to take our 5 stacks of endstone. I have the feeling he's flying through the island again. No, up there he is. So we want to take our 5 stacks of endstone and just start stacking out to this side. Let me get rid of F3 again. And yeah, always have an eye on the dragon in this part of the build. That's needed because he will try to knock you off. Oh no, now I misbuilt a block. Well, one block shouldn't hurt. I didn't bring a pick, so Yeah, now we just want to stack out all these blocks, and once we are done, we can continue with the next step. And also, don't forget to place some torches to prevent Endermen from spawning. They could get really annoying on this one byte path. And yeah, I will switch the snowballs to up front here so that I can fast switch from the blocks to the snowballs whenever the dragon attacks me. And I think he's actually, yeah. And there we go, he's gone again. So I will just place the rest of these blocks just in a straight line out to the side. Roughly about 5 stacks of blocks should be enough for sure. So let's go. Once you are a little away from the island, the dragon won't target you anymore as you are more than 150 blocks away. So every time he targets you, he will forget about you again and fly back. So yeah, once you are stacked out a few blocks, you can get a little bit more chilled and don't have to be on the watch all the time. But at the beginning, you have to be really careful. He almost knocked me off a few times there. So yeah, we'll stack the rest of these blocks out and then we can continue. And here we go. I stacked all the blocks out. I'm at the very end now. What we want to do now is, of course, refresh the snowballs again, and then take our 2 stacks of wood, and yeah, make a crafting table at first, which we can just place here at the very end, and then use the rest of the wood to craft some boats. So our inventory space is limited, so we will have to craft boats a few times. So let's just make a few here. Okay, that should be about our inventory space limit. Yep. So we'll just leave a few snowballs behind. And then you just start placing a boat here. Get into it. And then you have to get the right angle. So we want to place a boat 2 blocks further here. So that there is a boat on every 3rd block. So once you got it right, the torches are now a little annoying, but if you look to the side here, then it should work. That you just hold down right click and just scroll over the boats in your inventory. When they're empty, you drift them down again. And oh, now I place the torch there. And this boat, why can't I reach it? So the thing is, you can't get out of the boats here because you would drop into the void. But for some reason I can't reach this boat. I think I should be able to. Is it because of the torch? Can I punch it? Did I really place it too far out? So let's try to get out of it. Oh, it actually worked. Whew. Lucky us. So let's break this boat here again, since we moved it, and break this boat as well. That was a little weird that I can't get into the boat. Maybe you want to watch out that there are no torches inside the boat. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, here it works. I think you should just watch out that there are no torches inside the boat. It seems like this was the issue. Interesting. I didn't know that. So then you just keep on going with the boats. And just hold on right click, scroll over them. Make sure that there are no torches where you place the boat. Or this game. You always find interesting behavior. And that goes fairly quick. Now you're out of boats, so what you do is you just went back till the very end, where you can access the crafting table and make some more boats. And you just keep on doing that. We can even make some more. till you are all out of wood. Now I drop the snowballs again. So again, we just can hold down right click here. It will bring us to the very end. And now we have to get the angle right. So there it should be. Yeah, there we go. Now I just need to scroll over the boats again. And the torch situation. Really interesting. So make sure there are no torches where you want to place boats. Again, it really seems to be the case. So let me just place the rest of the boats. And then I will show you how you can use that to get rid of the Ender Dragon. Alright, we are almost done. There's still some wood left, but just wanted to say, just get rid of all the torches on the way. They can get really annoying also because you can get into the next boat here and just place it there and such stuff. So just remove all the torches. They are not needed anymore as the boats block the spawn spaces, so no enderman can spawn there even without the torches. So I will just remove them all, keep placing the boats, and yeah, then continue. Alright, so I'm almost done placing the boats. It's still a few left here and some wood, but I'm getting close to the island again. And what you want to do now is, yeah, you just keep on going back till you're really close to the island. And at some point the dragon will try to follow you. It will try to attack you and track you. And when that happens, you just, oh, that's a situation. So you just turn around and hold down right click. Let me just try if I can manage to make it visible. And now since, oh, I need to spam right click a little bit to be fast enough. You can see the dragon wings slightly behind me. Ah, that's better. So he tries to follow me now, but since he, oh no. Now I'm in a bad situation. So yeah, showing it is not that easy. I will show it again, but that's pretty much what we want to do. We just want the dragon to follow us and then get him to the end of this line. You can see he's now cycling around my dead player avatar. And once he's at the end of this line, we want to die and just respawn, because then the chunks will get unloaded and the dragon will be trapped here. But yeah, let me just get the dragon back into the position and everything, and I will just show how to do this whole thing again and yeah, maybe show it a little bit more clear. Alright, we are back at the end platform. Now the dragon is trapped back there. But I will just load it one more time and try to show you how to get it out there a little bit more controlled, because I was kind of surprised that he tracked me so early. I thought I had some time to explain beforehand. So yeah, there we see the dragon is coming at us again. I will just get rid of him for now. Oh, the boat eats the snowballs, as it seems. That's interesting. So the snowball tactic doesn't work as long as you are in the boat. You can always just get out, of course, and then throw a snowball at him. So yeah, but now again, we're at this situation. I had a few boats and a few snowballs left. All not really worthwhile stuff. I mean, we don't really care if that drops into the void. We're building a really advanced contraption here, so it's worth some resources. And yeah, we were just going this way. So that's the situation where we were before. Now, at some point, the dragon will track us again. And as long as he doesn't get closer than 10 blocks to us, I can place a boat there because there's a torch in the way. Oh, no! This time it will take some time before starting to do this thing. So yeah, as long as we don't let him get closer than 10 blocks to us and make sure that we are not further than 150 blocks away, he won't lose the target. So he will keep tracking us. The stuff I explained earlier with the ways that the dragon searches for a target and the ways the dragon loses the target. As long as we don't give him a reason to lose a target, or to lose us as target, he will just keep following us, and we can nicely lure him out into the unloaded chunks there, or into the chunks back there, and then disconnect to unload him. And there he follows us again, so I'm spamming right click a little bit. Let me get it into a position where we can see it. So here we can nicely see the dragon is following us. He's behind us. We can see the wings there. And we go to the end, and then just can jump into the void. And yeah, as we now die, we press respawn. The dragon is trapped in unloaded chunks. I hope it will survive that drop. Oh, half heart. Good one. So yeah, now he's trapped back there in the unloaded chunks. And I would say I just suicide right away again. By the way, I have to keep inventory game rule on, so it's a little easier for me for the tutorial that I can show stuff twice and such. Of course, usually you would lose all the stuff that's in your inventory. It's just for the tutorial to make the whole explaining part for me easier. So I will just suicide again, get the resources for the next step, and then we can start building the actual farm. And here we go. I brought all the resources over as they are now safe as the dragon is trapped back there in the unloaded chunks. And in case you haven't gotten all the endstone or obsidian for the farm yet, you can do that now by stacking over to the island and dig it from there. Just be careful not to walk in the direction where the ender dragon is. If you would walk on the island back there, he might get loaded and fly in again. You don't want that to happen. Yeah, but let's start the building. So for the first step, we need 2 stacks of endstone, 1 stack of half slabs. Then we want to take all the rails and the minecart. Also, we want to take the repeaters. And a water bucket, and also a few torches. Let me just rearrange the inventory here a little bit. There we go. And of course also we want to take a few levers to power the powered rails. Half a stack should be easily enough. Yeah, so what we want to do now is we want to get 15 endstone ready in our inventory. I will split the stack up in 2 parts, one with 4 blocks and one with 11 blocks. You will see in a second why. And now we want to place a water source on this block of the obsidian platform on the side here, so that we can nicely swim down in it. And can stack down 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now we got 4 blocks left. And these 4 blocks we use to stack out to the side. And then we place a torch so no endermen spawn. So next up we want to get 18 blocks ready. So let's do that. There we go. And want to stack 18 blocks out in this direction. So here we go. And also don't forget to place a torch in there again, so no endermen spawn on your walkways. When we are done with the 18 blocks, we want to stack 1 block up. Oops, 1 more block here. We want to stack 1 block up here. That's where the minecart will bounce again. We can already place a lever on there. And now we want to get 43 blocks ready in the inventory. It's a lot of block counting here. Stack these out down here till the end. Now, for a little check, on this block in front of the block one higher you just placed, the in-chunk coordinate should be 7. So yeah, hit 7, 8. I will highlight it in the video. That's important because it depends on these coordinates where the chunks load and unload. So that's why I'm trying to count the blocks here exactly. And here we go, that were the full 43 blocks. Now back here we want to go 1 block up again, and the block one before that should have the in-chunk coordinate 0, because that's then where the chunk where the ender dragon will be back there gets loaded when you enter the chunk coordinate 0 of this chunk. So next up we want to place the rails. So let's get them ready. At first we place a powered rail back here, then a normal rail, a detector rail, and the rest we fill in with powered rails. Obviously we need to power the powered rails, so I will turn on this lever on the block and then go to the first unpowered rail and place a lever here. That makes sure that we can stop the minecart with this lever. Then we also need to place a few levers for the rest of the rails. Of course I could save levers here, but who cares about levers, so I will just place them on the first turned off rail every time. For the last one back here, we don't want to power it with a lever. Instead, what we want to do is we want to get 14 blocks ready in the inventory. So here we go. And yeah, stack out 14 blocks to this side from the powered rail, or from the blocks that powered rail is on. And now, on the very last block, we want to go 2 blocks out to this side and build it up like this. And go back to this side for the 14 blocks again. And here we go. Now what we also want to do is place a block right here and a block right next to the powered rail. And that's where we want to build the redstone now. So we want to get our repeaters ready. Place a repeater on 3 ticks delay here. And then a lot of repeaters on the full delay around here. Back here we want to place a block in every corner. That's just a pulse lengther to make sure that the pulse is long enough. So we want to place the repeaters like that, so that the signal travels through here on the full delay for every repeater, but also can travel through here on the full delay. And now we just want to build repeaters all the way back. Full delay, all of them, till we hit this block. And now from here we want to place one repeater which connects back into this repeater, which locks this repeater. That's needed so when the minecart drives in here, it will trigger the redstone. And then after all the delay is over, it will get sent out again, but would trigger this redstone again unless this repeater is locked. And yeah, you can see that's why we have the locking here, and that's why we have the pulse lengther back there. But yeah, that's this redstone part already. Now we want to make it spawn proof, so no enderman spawn. So I will just take a few half slabs, place them on all the blocks where enderman could potentially spawn. Here as well. Now we also want to prevent enderman spawning on top of the rails. So I will place a half slab up there. It's one block in between the half slabs and the rails. I left the block on top of the powered rail out as we have to continue building from here on later on, so we can place this half slab later. But yeah, for now we just block all enderman spawn spaces here. And yeah, that's it. Now I send the minecart off. Again, the last block here I leave out so we can still walk through it. But yeah, that's the redstone part already. So next up we want to build the ice channel. So let me get the resources for that. We will need a few endstone, 8 stacks of half slabs. Then the ice, actually 4 stacks of ice are enough. Then also the signs, and there are 2 stacks enough. The rest is really just extra. You don't need that. And we need both water buckets. Now I don't want to remove this water source here as I use it as a ladder, so I will just create a new water source here. There we go. And pick it up. So let's go. To build the ice channel, we at first want to get the right amount of blocks ready in our inventory. So that's 3 stacks and 39. So this. And we'll use these blocks to stack out. So at first we can place one next to this block and then also one next to the rail. So that's where we basically start stacking. And then we just stack out all the 231 blocks it is. That's 3 stacks and 39 blocks. All out to the side. So let me just finish that. And that's it. That was the last block. So we stacked all the way out. We get back in first person view. So if we stand on the very last block now, just to double check, the inner chunk x coordinate should show 6, and it does here. Perfect. So next up we want to get 4 more ice blocks, and yeah, build a 2x2 platform in front of it. on the 2x2 platform again, it should be inner chunk coordinates 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, and 8, 7. Yeah, that's all correct. Yeah, and that's the ice way. Now we want to get the few endstone we have and place them all around here. I hope that's enough now. Oh, just enough. Perfect. And yeah, now we want to add half slabs on the sides of this channel. So here and there. The half slabs are just to prevent endermen from spawning. You could use basically any blocks there. It's just to keep the XP inside the water stream. But let's just place all the half slabs here. And here we are at the very end. Now here we want to place also half slabs around here and one here, so that the XP when they get flushed here don't fall off into the void but stay on this block so the player in the minecart here can pick them up. Now with that done, we want to get back to the other side again. And now build the water sign ice thing. So we get the signs ready and the water. Place the first water source in this corner here, so that it diagonally flushes in this direction. And in front of it, we then place a sign and can place there the next water source. But at first I will make an infinite spring out of this and yeah, fill up my buckets again. And yeah, let me just remove this infinite spring right away so that it flows nicely. Just wanted to get the second bucket filled because now we will yeah, need to place the water sources here. Can just always make an infinite spring, remove it again and fill up both buckets. So I place always one water source in front of the sign, then 2 blocks further out I place a second one so that it generates a third water source in between, and then I remove the last 2 and yeah, place a sign again, do the same trick again. And here we go, that's the last water source. And if everything is set up correctly, it should just end at this block. If not, it might flush the rails, but let's hope everything is set up correct. Let me just fill up the bucket again. And then we can get to the next part back there. We will need the torches and 8 stacks of endstone. And also I will keep the water buckets in my inventory as they are useful for moving around. Alright, so we are at the end here, and there spawned an enderman on this thing here. If you get annoyed by him, just water him out. There we go. So, yeah, now we want to get 9 blocks ready in the hotbar. And that's 8 and 9. And stack 9 blocks up on one of these pillars. We actually want to stack up 9 blocks on all of them, but yeah, now I just measured it out with this one. And now we can bring the other ones to the same layer. Of course, also this one down here needs to be stacked up from 1 block higher as the water stream. The water stream obviously needs to go below it. Here we are. If we press F3 now, we should be at the Y coordinate 49. And that's correct. So what we want to do now is get a lot of endstone ready and stack 6 blocks out to all sides and build a platform. So actually let me just get 6 blocks ready again. There we go, 6 blocks to this side. This platform will just be to have some space to fight the Enderdragon later on. So here we get another 6 blocks, which we will stack out to this side over here. And we just do that to all 4 sides. And now fill in all the gaps in between with endstone. And that's it. This platform should now cover a full chunk, but before we double check this, let's just spam a few torches so no enderman will spawn later on. So if we now go to this corner here, it should show us 0, 0 in the inner chunk coordinates, and that's correct. And if we go now this way, it shows 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and so on till 15, 15. So yeah, this platform covers exactly one chunk, and that's good because we want the dragon to be in the center of a chunk so that we don't get any problems if the dragon is on a chunk border and doesn't know to which chunks he belongs or something like that. So we just want to make sure that he's in the center of one chunk so all the XP can drop down and either the whole thing is loaded or nothing. But let's go on with the building. So next up, we want to get 19 blocks ready in the inventory. And actually 20 blocks, sorry. 20 blocks ready in the inventory. And yeah, stack up on one side of this 2x2 hole in the center. And then we just get down again. And yeah, stack up the 20 blocks on all the other sides as well. And that's it. Now we can place blocks here in the corners, and yeah, now we will need a little redstone and the comparator. So let me just get these resources, and then we can continue. For this last redstone part, we will need the redstone dust, the comparator, 1 lever, and the 8 pistons. Also the torches we always can use to prevent endermen from spawning, and 1 stack of half slabs. But that's it, so let's get back there. And here we are again. And what we want to do first is mine down a few blocks here. And then place the pistons in the center from down here at the top block, facing downwards. And yeah, then just stack up again. So next up we want to get the half slabs ready. And build 8 blocks out on the sides. Let me just get 8 blocks ready. So yeah, it doesn't matter if it's on the left side or the right side of this here, but just on one of the blocks, 1 block lower, an upside down half slab over here, and then 8 blocks out. 7 and 8, there we go. And under the last half slab, we want to place a piston. So really just use half slabs here, not full blocks. If you use full blocks here, the piston might get butt triggered from the redstone and might glitch out. So that's why I'm using half slabs here. Then we want to place redstone on top of there, and we want to do the same thing on all the other 4 sides. So let's get 8 blocks ready again. Do it to this side. And you can see to place a piston here, I just place a water source 1 block in front of the one where I want to place a piston, then jump into it, swim down a little bit, and can nicely place it against the upside down half slab from down here, and swim up again. And there we go. Let me just get up there again. Okay, so then of course the redstone on top again, and 8 blocks ready. build it out to this side over here. Again, 1 block lower than here. Just the same thing to all 4 sides. And that's it. So we got 8 blocks out to all sides with the pistons. Now all we need to do is connect it to a clock. So I'll get a few extra half slabs, and yeah, just go to one corner and yeah, build out 2 blocks, and then a little bit to the side here. And we can place the comparator, make a little fast clock, set it to the subtraction mode, and turn it on. And you can see all the pistons go crazy. That's perfect, that's what we want. Let's place a torch here. Well, they might Enderman spawn on top of the upside down half slabs. Doesn't really matter here, but doesn't hurt to place a few torches either. So yeah, that's it. That's the farm. Now we turn on these pistons and get down. Nah, that didn't work out. And all we need to do now is get the dragon in here. So for that I will at first get back to the platform and show you how to do it. Alright, to bring the dragon back into the farm there, we will use the same strategy we used to get him trapped in the unloaded chunks over here. So what we want to do is we want to get the rest of our endstone ready, then also a few torches and all the wood we got left. And now just stack out from the center of the obsidian platform to this side till we hit our farm. So let's go. And here we go, we are at our platform. Now before we start stacking back the boats, just want to add some safety rails at the back of the platform here. That's just, we will have to fight the dragon on this platform, and if he knocks us, I don't want to fall off. So we'll just add some blocks here, which keep us on this platform. How many blocks did I have there on the other side? No, that's 3, okay. So, yeah, now we just take the wood, make a crafting table, and yeah, put it down somewhere here. And craft us a lot of boats again. So, there we go. Now we can remove a few torches here and place the first boat there, and now place boats diagonal here a little bit. That's just so we can get... Nah, I didn't mean to knock into it. That's just... so the boats here are just to get off, because if you get off a boat, you always get off on the same side. So if I would get out of this boat, I would drop into the void. So we need to yeah, place a few boats a little more inland to get out. But yeah, from here on, we can just do the same thing we did in the very first part again. Place the boats, remove all torches in the way, and yeah, do that till we are at the obsidian platform. Place enough torches. That's annoying. Okay, how do we handle him? Yeah, I guess there's no other way. He has to die. Oh no, back there's another one. Okay. This boat is now a little misplaced, but it shouldn't matter as long as we can still... Yeah, we still can get through. And here we go, that's it. Now we just need to place a boat on the platform so that we can actually get off. If we would get off this boat, you know what will happen. The whole build is done. We are ready for the final step, and that is to bring the dragon in. Now, this last step is a little tricky and is a little harder. But at first I put all the resources we had left over here, so I had quite some wood left over. It didn't count exactly, but it were enough, and everything else is extra. Now, if you do that in survival mode, you might want to remove the chests here and move them somewhere down there, so they're a little more safe. Because what we will have to do now is get back there into the to the unloaded chunks, load the dragon again, and then bring him over to the farm. And he might fly through here in this time. So yeah, we don't want the chests to get broken, but in this case for the tutorial it doesn't matter much. The last resources we need of it are just these few here. Actually that should just be one ender chest. I used the other one already. So just these few resources here we will need to build an enchantment table and an ender chest down there. But yeah, let's just start up the farm and see if we can get it done. As I said, it's not super easy, but it shouldn't be too hard either. So at first we want to get out here till the dragon is loaded. Let me try something. Okay, I can shoot with arrows as long as I'm in the boat as well. Same as with the snowballs. So we want to get out. Hit the dragon once, so he flies somewhere else. And yeah, now we have our time. Can get back in the boat over there. And wait for him to track us again. So let's get some distance. Where is he? Okay, up there. And yeah, once he tracks us, we want to be really fast. So we have to turn around, get back there as we did it earlier. And on the island, we have to get off the boat fast and then shoot the dragon with arrows so that he doesn't kill us. And yeah, kill him with the arrows. And for that, you need to be a little fast. He can get quite annoying back there. Also because we have to be a little careful to not destroy the farm in the time. But now I would just like him to follow me so I can show you what to do. There we go, finally he is following us. So, yeah, again we want to be fast this time, we want to be really fast. And I actually will stay in first person here because he's getting way too close. I'm clicking as fast as I can, don't kill me dragon, don't kill me. So get the bow ready. And then just shoot the dragon, get on the back end of the platform here. And yeah, now we got it safe. So if you shoot him, he will fly higher and higher, and you don't want him to fly too high into the pistons up there. So just get on the other side of the platform when he flies too high, and keep shooting him. Nope, don't kill me just yet. You can see he gets a little trapped inside the pistons. Now, before we kill him. Once he's dead, we have 10 seconds to unload these chunks. So I will kill him and then immediately jump into the void, and as soon as the respawn button appears, I will click respawn. And if you mess up this timing, the whole farm is broken and you can't build it in this world anymore because the dragon is dead once and for all. So yeah, we will need to be fast for this last step now. So back to game and finish it. And into the void. I hope that was fast enough. And respawn. And now the farm is done. So let's check it out. In case you haven't placed the minecart yet, obviously just place it. Ah, I like this sound. Perfect. So, yeah, that's how you build an Enderdragon XP farm. Now, of course, we will set up the enchantment table somewhere around here in the ender chest. Let's just at first wait till we got some XP out of it. farm got some startup time as the XP has to travel from where the dragon dies to over here. But there you can see the first XP arriving. And before we celebrate our working farm, we should give it a final touch and change a few final things. So at first we should place down an enchantment table and an ender chest so that we can actually use it. So there we go. And secondly, and that's a really important change, we should get in there and place the half slab which we left out earlier. I completely forgot about that. We got the half slab here so an enderman could spawn and mess up the whole farm. So let's place it so it's safe. And yeah, now we can just use the farm. And I want to mention a few other things about it. So one thing is, if you want to use this farm, you can only do it on far render distance. At least the one I showed with all the delays and all the timing, or all the distances. That's all set for far render distance. So if you want to, use it, just set your render distance on far before you get in here, and it should work fine. What else is there? Well, you may ask whether it's possible to build that in SMP. And yeah, it is. You can build the farm in SMP. The problem is, or there are several problems with it. So one is, all players on the server need to know not to walk where the dragon is, or not to cross the border back there even, because it would possibly kill the dragon, and then the farm would be broken once and for all. That's in general. When the dragon once dies completely, then you have a portal back there and you can't fix the farm anymore. So yeah, you want to make sure that no one loads this dragon for too long. Also on servers, you might get problems with this delay. It might be that the player which is in there has a small lag spike and then doesn't get transported out fast enough, and then the farm might break as well. So yeah, if you build it on the server, what you can do is decrease the delay here on these repeated chains. That will make the farm slower, but less likely to break. Yeah, I can't really tell what's the best strategy there. Also, I'm not 100% sure that it's stable in single player if your computer is laggy. So I haven't tested these things to the full extent yet. So just a warning. It might be that the thing breaks under certain conditions when it's laggy, or connection issues to a server and such stuff. But other than that, I think it's a really cool thing that you can actually use the Enderdragon to farm XP. And I would say we should just enchant our armor here and then call it an end for today. So let's just wait till we get transported back again. 150 level. Not too bad. So, oh yeah, by the way, at the moment we are in the latest snapshot. So it works in the latest snapshot. It works in older versions as well, in 1.7 for sure. And yeah, now we can just... Oh wow. Just enchant our armor. And if you would like to bring it back to the overworld, you just put it in your ender chest. Put all the other stuff you got in there as well. We got 138 levels left. Oh well. And once we are back in the overworld, yeah, we got the game rule keep inventory on because of the tutorial, as I said earlier. Usually the levels would be gone. But what wouldn't be gone, and what isn't gone here either, is the stuff in our ender chest. So we could take out our enchanted armor and our gear, and yeah, could use it. So I would say that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.